What is up, Nomad Nation? I'm back. It's been a few days. Had a little bit of a scratchy throat, cold situation going on. Was crossing my fingers I didn't have the dreaded coronavirus. Hopefully y'all are safe and sound and healthy, and your families are healthy, sheltering in place, enjoying this time at home with your loved ones. It's kind of a blessing in disguise. We can't go out and do things, and it's pretty boring. I'm tired of being at home, like I'm sure you guys are. But also, it's a great time to spend time with your children and families and spouses and girlfriends and boyfriends and whatever. But anyway, I'm going to make this video about how I find the hottest stocks to trade, what stocks are moving. If you're kind of wondering, how does everybody find those stocks? The stocks that I look at, there's thousands and thousands, probably I want to say 10 or 20,000 different stocks to trade. I don't know. It's a lot. It's a ton. I can look it up, but you have Google, so you can too. Tons of stocks to trade. You got to whittle that down into a manageable amount of stocks that you can look at and try to find your setup in. So in this video, I'm going to kind of cover what I do. Of course, there are differing opinions. There are, literally hundreds, if not thousands, of different sites that you can pay or that you can become members of, and they'll help you find the stocks to trade. But in this video, I'm going to focus on the free ones, as well as the way that I find them in Etrade, which is my platform for this account that I'm going to be showing you guys, and the ways to find them online for free. I think that's the best way, and that's going to help you guys the most, because most of you are starting with small accounts, and you're not, if you only have a couple $1,000s, you're not looking to spend $100 a month on a platform, because that takes out of your trading capital. So I'm going to show you the free ways to find the stocks to trade. Without further ado, let's jump over to that. I'll start sharing my screen and show you what I do. So over here, by the way, this is a stock that I'm in right now, guys. I'll show you why real quick before we get into anything else. AYTU, I'll go out a little bit farther. This is AYTU on the 1 minute time frame for 10 days. So this is 10 days on 1 minute. So I noticed after hours, I don't trade a lot after hours. I haven't done it in months, honestly, but for some reason, when I was sitting down to try to make this video, I was kind of watching after hours, and this one was popping up on my scanner. So I thought, hey, that's cool. It looks like it could be a little bit of a breakout. So I was kind of watching this level in here. You can see that it's come up to that level there and there and there and there and there. So it's hit that resistance multiple times, and as you can tell, it had a huge day back here on Tuesday. Got as high as almost $3, and then it's kind of come down. Well, now it's been curling up, and it kind of broke past that resistance that I was just talking about, this resistance level here around 186. It got past that, dipped down below, came back up, dipped down again, and then going into the close, it got past that $2 mark, and I was thinking, hey, if it gets past $2, it could run as high as, in my opinion, the next level of resistance would be somewhere around the 236, 235 range, and that's because if you look over here, it hit resistance there and came back down. Another time it was right here where it hit resistance and came down. Another time right here it hit resistance and came down. So multiple times it's come short of that mid 230s resistance. And it also, if it gets past that, I'd be looking at the whole dollar amount of 250, because a lot of times you'll see resistance on the whole and half dollar marks. So around 250, if it breaks past that, maybe 265. These are areas to take profit. That's why I'm telling you that. That's kind of the area. Whenever you always want to have a plan whenever you get into a trade, so you're looking to take profit at levels of resistance or just below. Anyway, guys, how do I find stocks to trade? So typically in the morning, my morning routine, I'm going to come over here. I get up and I try to be on the computer an hour or so before the market opens. Here, that would be 7:30 is when I try to be logged on. I'm going to go to predefined in my scanner, and I'm going to look for up 5% pre-market. I'll put that here on my scanner and just kind of see what pops up over the next several minutes, which nothing's going to pop up now because we're not in pre-market, but that's what I would do. And then I'm going to switch this back to my scanner. This is what I run during the day. It's a scanner that's looking for lower micro float stocks. I've got a criteria put in there that I can show you guys at some point if you want to know what my scanner is that I typically run. But in the mornings anyway, you're looking for pre-market movers that are up greater than 5%. So that'll give you a list here, and then you're going to want to click on them, and you can see the news down here. If you haven't set up your Etrade account or whatever platform you're trading with, you can see my other video where I talk about how I set up this trading, my trading setup, and how I have it set up and why and how exactly to do that. But anyway, so you'll click on that. It'll give you the news. Then it'll give you a chart right here. And then it'll give you your level 2. So that'll help you weed out. The whole idea, guys, is to get on the right track and whittle down the market of thousands of stocks down to a few that you can look at and try to determine, is that going to be something I'm interested in that might have my setup, or is it not? So I guess, guys, I better back up and tell you that my process is I will look at my scanner, which would be pre-market scanner, and then I'll switch to low float runners, which is my scanner. You can build a scanner right here with create new strategy. So I'll run my low float runner scanner, which is basically just scanning the entire market for stocks that are up 10-15% compared to yesterday's close. And I'm typically looking for things that are micro floats. So I'm looking for a stock that has a float of, if possible, less than 10 million or 20 million shares. Sometimes I'll go a little higher. It depends on how many stocks there are available in that range. But the lower the float, guys, the faster it's going to move. That's why we're looking for low float or micro float. The float is how many shares are available to be traded. So the lower the float, the faster it's going to move, because if you don't have very many shares available and people start buying them up, you can see that thing go crazy and start going up at a very rapid pace. That's where your big money is, the big moves. So if I don't see anything I like in here, like for instance right now, there's obviously nothing in here. This is after hours. So after hours, I would go to predefined, and I would go to up greater than 5% post-market. So I might click on that. Now it's scanning the market for everything that's up greater than 5% in the after hours, up 5% from close. So then you would click on that. You can see the news over here. You can see level 2. And then again, you can see the chart. So the first thing I'm going to do is look at the chart. And if it's something that catches my eye, typically I'm looking for a breakout. So like for instance, this is below VWAP. I'm not a fan really most of the time of buying stocks that are below VWAP. And it's not breaking out or near a breakout level at this point. So I would not be looking to buy this. So then I'd go to another one. MU, okay. This is Micron Technology. I've traded this before many times because it's fairly volatile, but I'm not going to be looking to get it now. It is somewhat of a breakout, but it's a higher price stock. So with this smaller account that I'm trading with Etrade, I wouldn't be looking to do that because it's a $38 stock, and my Etrade account's a little less than $2,000. So I just can't get enough shares to really make it something I want to trade. Same thing with Uber. It's $20-some. It is looking like it's getting close to that level right there of a flat top breakout. So it's something to watch. But again, it's a little more expensive than what I would like. So I would look through my stocks here in my scanner. If I don't see anything I like in there, which happens a lot, then I'm going over to Market Watch. Market Watch has a free scanner, or screener they call it, a free screener. So you can go to intraday screener. If you just Google this, guys, you can find it that way. You just Google Market Watch, go to their website, look for the screener. Okay, then you can build your own screener. So if you were building a screener, like for instance, this screener that I'm running right now, I'm looking for something I click this box, trading from 0 or pennies basically to $7 because I don't want to get too expensive with that small account. Then I'm looking for something that's up by 20% or more on the day. And like I said, I'll toggle this. If I don't have anything come through the screener, I might put that down to 15% or 10% because the goal is to get a few stocks to look at. You don't want too many, but you don't want not enough. You want to be able to look at them. So, and then show me stocks with the current trading volume between 2 million and unlimited. So I'm looking for something with volume. That's another criteria you want. You want something with volume because you need liquidity to be able to get in and out of the stock. And then something that's outperforming their 50-day average. Sometimes I'll put 200-day average. Sometimes I'll have nothing on that at all. It just depends on how many stocks I'm getting on the screener. But right now we'll leave it at 50. And then I'm just going to click screen. And it's going to say, what do you want to see in the results? And I click screen. That's just how it came default. So then you have a list of 4 stocks. So what I would do next, what I personally do next, ATHE. So I'd go to my platform and I'd type in ATHE. Hit enter. It's going to pop up. Now I can see level 2. I can see the news. I can see the chart. And I can tell you right away that as of now, which it is after hours, like I said, but as of now, okay, that's not something I'm looking to trade. It's not getting anywhere near a breakout. It doesn't have the volume. It's not something I'm interested in. If I was looking at it this morning and saw it in this range, okay, yeah, it's breaking out. It's heading up. That might be something I'm interested in. Okay, so I'll go back over here, RTTR. Then I'll click back to this screen, our TTR. And a lot of times, guys, you'll find that the stocks that I'm getting on this screener over here, I've already looked at over here. So there's no need to keep looking at the same stuff over and over again. But my screener here will have a lot of the time the same type of stocks that I have over here, but I might have 1 or 2 different ones over here for whatever reason, depending on the criteria difference that I put in. And then it just gives you a way of getting some new ideas. So then if I don't have anything here that I like, and I don't have anything on the Market Watch free intraday screener there that I like, I can change my criteria by hitting edit criteria. And then you could go to, let's say you want to just do 15% up or more instead of 20. And then hit screen. You can see what that does. Okay, now you added a couple more on your list. So it's just a matter of kind of playing with your screener there to get more things to look at. Then you're gonna, and also by the way, you can see the percent change, and you can filter your results by that. So I'll usually have it like I had it there by clicking on that and having the highest percent gainer up on the top, and then volume of 2.29 million. It's not the highest volume, so it looks like our TTR, which is a cheaper stock, 58 million. This AYTU has 118 million, so it's super heavy volume. So anyway, gives you an idea right there. You can find what people are trading, because if there's 118 million shares of this traded, you know that, hey, that's what a lot of day traders are looking at. Then you can go another way if this doesn't work and your screener on your platform doesn't come up with what you want. Another way that I do, I look at trading halts, which is at NASDAQtrader.com. You can Google that. Google NASDAQtrader.com halts, or you can Google current trading halts. Click on that. It's going to come up with your list of current trading halts. LUDP, under reason, the code, that means that it's a volatility halt, which means that it's moved too fast and it's triggered the circuit breaker and halted the stock. I like that because, if I see a stock in here in the morning that's been halted several times, I know that, hey, that stock's moving. There's a lot of people looking at that. There's a lot of people getting in on that. It's a popular stock, and that's another thing to look at. Now, none of this is going to tell you exactly what you should trade because you're looking for your own setup, and that's another video. But as far as finding what people are looking at, I'm just showing you different ways to go through and find the stocks that people are looking at. Another way, like I said, the halts. Sometimes a lot of these will be halted because they're very low volume and they've moved one person bought some shares of it and it jumped the price because they hit the ask, and that there's no volume in it. So you don't want to trade that. But it's just an idea of a way to get more stocks that people might be looking at. Also, I might note that trading halted stocks can be very dangerous if you don't know what you're doing, because you can very quickly find yourself on the wrong side of a halt going down and lose a ton of money, or the opposite way if you're shorting. Another way, you can go to StockTwits. StockTwits is a dangerous place, guys. If you don't know what you're doing and you find yourself, what I find anyway with StockTwits a lot of time is a lot of people that are holding and hoping. A lot of people are in this room looking for answers because they don't know what they're doing and they've got themselves in over their heads. And so, they're trying to figure out and justify holding their position. You don't want to be that guy. You don't want to be in StockTwits searching for a stock and trying to justify why you're still holding the stock. Just get out of the stock, because 9 times out of 10, you're going to end up worse off by holding it longer. Trust me, I know. I've been there many, many times. I learned all of this stuff the hard way, so I'm not, I'm just preaching what I've learned the hard way and how to save you guys from being in the same predicament. But anyway, up here in this trending part here, it says trending now. It's going to show you what's trending. So that's another way to find what's moving, like this right here, INTC. It's got a little fire next to it, which means, it's getting a ton of attention. HTZ up 30%. This is Boeing up 12.5%. ZM, which is like Zoom video or something like that, up 23.47%. Roku up. TVIX, which has been hot the last several days. People have been trading it a lot. It's down almost 57%, which is crazy. So anyway, it just gives you an idea of another thing that people are looking at. You can see what's popular right now, what people are trading. And 9 times out of 10 during the day trading hours, if there's a stock that everybody's trading, it's going to be in that trending spot. People are going to be talking about it. So then, anyway, if you're interested in any of these, like TVIX, I'm not sure why it's down so much, but it's kind of intriguing. So you can click on that. It will show you, this is going to be just a stream of people talking, basically, people posting stuff. And don't get wrapped up in this. It is a good way sometimes to find news, because people will be on top of news on this message board, and they'll post news pretty rapidly on here. But you got to be careful, because a lot of times it's regurgitated news from like days, weeks, months before. Sometimes it's new, sometimes it's old, sometimes it's fake news. It just depends on what you're looking at. So you got to kind of scan through and know what you're looking at and be careful. But anyway, it is a way to find stocks to trade. Looks like this stock is still holding up pretty decent, not too bad. I'd like to see it get back up, and maybe it will. I'm still holding it. Probably hold it till tomorrow unless I need to get out of it quick, or if it gets up to one of my profit-taking spots. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it helped some of you guys have some ideas on where exactly to find stocks to trade and what is moving and what's hot for the day. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want. That'd be awesome. I've already been pretty pleased with the subscriptions and views so far, so thanks, guys. You guys are awesome. I'm still new to all this, so keep bearing with me. If you want any specific videos made or have any ideas, feel free to leave them in the comments or shoot me a message. Until next time, let trading set you free. Peace.